Choose yourself first, because your heart has been making room for everyone except you. Have you been giving your love, your patience, and your energy to people who receive your softness but forget to protect it? This message is here to bring your energy back home and to remind you that real love will respect the heart it receives. How long have you been loving others while quietly forgetting yourself? Maybe this message reached you in a season where your smile still looks calm, but your heart feels tired. Maybe you have been strong for so long that people no longer ask if you are okay. They look at you and think you can handle it. They bring their pain to you, their worries to you, their needs to you. And because your heart is soft, you keep making room. You listen, you understand, you forgive, you explain, you wait, you try again. And somewhere in the middle of being kind to everyone else, you have slowly placed yourself at the end of your own life. My dear, that is not love. That is self-forgetting dressed up as devotion. Real love does not ask you to disappear. Real love does not ask you to become silent about what hurts. Real love does not need you to be empty so others can feel full. There is a love that gives from peace, and there is a love that gives from fear. There is a love that opens your heart, and there is a love that slowly drains your spirit. Today, you are being invited to know the difference. You may have carried more than people can see. You may have carried the worry of being misunderstood. You may have carried old words that still sting when the room becomes quiet. You may have carried the feeling of giving your best and still wondering if it was enough. You may have carried other people's moods as if they were your duty. You may have carried relationships that required you to stay small. You may have carried guilt every time you wanted to rest, distance, silence, or care. But your soul was never created to be a storage place for everything that everyone else refuses to hold. There is a tenderness inside you that needs your attention. There is a quiet part of you that has been waiting for you to turn inward and say, I see you now. Not after everyone else is satisfied. Not after every problem is solved. Not after you become perfect. Now, right here, in the middle of your tiredness, in the middle of your questions, in the middle of your healing, you do not have to earn the right to care for yourself. You do not have to prove that you have suffered enough before you are allowed to choose peace. You do not have to wait until your body is exhausted, your mind is heavy, and your heart is numb before you finally admit that you need gentleness. You can begin before you break. You can begin while you are still standing. You can begin because you matter. There may be a part of you that feels uncomfortable hearing this, a part that says, but I have people who need me. A part that says, if I choose myself, I will hurt someone. A part that says, what if they think I am selfish? That part of you learned long ago that love must be kept by giving more than you have. It learned to read faces, manage silence, soften your truth, and carry blame that was not yours. It learned to survive by being useful. But survival is not the same as peace. You can be loving without being endlessly available. You can be generous without handing over your whole spirit. You can care deeply without becoming responsible for every feeling around you. You can stand near someone in love without letting their storm become your home. You can choose yourself first and still have a beautiful heart. Choosing yourself first does not mean pushing everyone away. It means returning to your own center before you give. It means asking yourself what is true before you answer. It means noticing when your body tightens, when your heart sinks, when your mind becomes crowded, and when your energy begins to fade. It means you no longer ignore the quiet signs inside you just to keep someone else comfortable. Your body has been speaking to you. It speaks through tired eyes after another long day of pretending. It speaks through the heaviness in your chest after you say yes when you wanted to say no. It speaks through the tightness in your shoulders when you are near people who expect too much but offer too little care. It speaks through the way your stomach turns when a message appears on your phone and your peace suddenly leaves the room. These are not random things. These are loving signals from within. Your body is not trying to make your life harder. Your feelings are not trying to embarrass you. Your heart is not being dramatic. They are trying to bring you back to the truth. They are trying. And to tell you where you have been giving beyond love and into self-abandonment. They are trying to show you where your peace has been traded for approval. My dear, you are allowed to listen. You are allowed to believe yourself when something feels heavy. You are allowed to care about your own discomfort. You are allowed to step back from what keeps making your spirit tired. You are allowed to stop making excuses for things that keep hurting you. You are allowed to stop calling it love when it costs you your own inner safety. There is a simple truth you may need to hear gently. Not everyone who receives your love knows how to respect it. Some people enjoy your warmth but do not protect it. Some people depend on your patience but do not value your pain. Some people come close because you make their life easier, not because they are ready to honor your heart. This does not mean you must become bitter. It means you must become awake. A loving heart still needs wisdom. A soft heart still needs protection. A giving soul still needs rest. You were never meant to offer your energy without limit, without care, without return, without respect. Even the most beautiful lamp needs oil. Even the kindest person needs quiet. Even the strongest heart needs to be held. Maybe you have been the one who always understands. The one who says it is okay, even when it is not. The one who stays calm while something inside is falling apart. The one who gives people another chance, then another, until you forget that you also deserved a chance to feel safe. You may have learned to be proud of how much you could take. But healing asks a different question. Not how much can I carry, but Why do I keep carrying what is breaking my peace? There is nothing noble about being loyal to pain. There is nothing spiritual about ignoring your own heart. There is nothing loving about staying where your soul keeps shrinking. Love should not require you to betray yourself again and again. The right kind of love will meet your softness with care. The right kind of love will not punish you for having needs. The right kind of love will not make you feel guilty for being human. But before love around you can change, the love within you must begin to change. You must stop speaking to yourself as if your needs are a problem. You must stop treating your exhaustion like a normal price to pay. You must stop measuring your goodness by how much you can give while receiving so little. You must stop making your heart wait at the door of your own life. Say this gently inside yourself: I am allowed to care for myself. My energy matters. My heart is safe with me. Let those words meet the part of you that has been afraid to want more. Let them settle into the places where guilt used to live. You are not demanding too much when you ask for respect. You are not becoming cold when you choose peace. You are not losing your kindness when you stop handing your whole self to people who do not handle you with amor. There is a quiet power in beginning to choose yourself. It may not look dramatic from the outside. You may not make a big announcement. You may not explain it to everyone. But inside, something shifts. You begin to notice what drains you. You begin to question old patterns. You begin to feel the difference between love and obligation. You begin to understand that your heart was never meant to be used as proof of loyalty. At first, you may feel strange. You may feel like you are doing something wrong when you rest. You may feel guilty when you do not reply immediately. You may feel nervous when you say what you really mean. You may feel lonely when you stop chasing people who were used to your overgiving. But do not confuse unfamiliar peace with danger. Sometimes the nervous feeling is not a warning that you are wrong. Sometimes it is only the old pattern shaking because it no longer controls you. You are learning a new way to love, a way that includes you. You are learning that kindness without self-respect becomes exhaustion. You are learning that forgiveness without boundaries becomes repeated pain. You are learning that patience without truth becomes silence. You are learning that love without self-love becomes losing yourself in the name of being good. My dear, being good does not mean being gone. You are allowed to be present in your own life. You are allowed to take up space in your own heart. You are allowed to want relationships where your feelings are not treated like a burden. You are allowed to want love that feels calm, honest, and respectful. You are allowed to stop chasing the people who only notice your value when you begin to walk away. There is a version of you that is no longer begging to be understood by those who keep choosing not to understand. There is a version of you that does not keep explaining basic respect. There is a version of you that does not confuse chaos with passion, silence with peace, or attention with love. There is a version of you that can stand softly in your truth and say, "This is what I need to feel safe with myself." that version is not far away. That version begins with the next honest choice. Maybe the honest choice is resting when your body is tired. Maybe it is letting someone be upset without rushing to fix their feelings. Maybe it is admitting that a connection drains you more than it loves you. Maybe it is giving yourself the same compassion you give to everyone else. Maybe it is speaking to your heart with the gentleness you once waited to receive from another person. You do not have to change your whole life in one day. You only need to stop ignoring the truth that keeps returning. You only need to stop calling your pain nothing. You only need to stop placing your peace at the mercy of people who have not learned how to honor it. Your life is not meant to be a constant performance of strength. You do not need to always be easy, always available, always understanding, always smiling, and always ready. There is sacred honesty in saying, I cannot carry this today. There is healing in saying, this is too much for me. There is self-love in saying, I need to come back to myself. And when you come back to yourself, you begin to feel your own life again. You begin to hear your own inner voice beneath all the noise. You begin to remember what makes you feel peaceful, what makes you feel alive, what makes your heart feel safe. You begin to understand that choosing yourself first is not the end of love. It is the beginning of healthier love. Because when you choose yourself first, you stop accepting love that only survives when you are silent. You stop calling neglect normal. You stop dressing up disrespect as misunderstanding. You stop giving your most tender energy to people who keep treating it carelessly. You stop waiting for someone else to decide that you are worth loving well. You decide. You decide by how you speak to yourself. You decide by what you allow. You decide by where you place your energy. You decide by how quickly you return to yourself when something pulls you away. You decide by not abandoning your heart to keep a connection that is already hurting you. This is not about becoming hard. It is about becoming honest. It is about letting your softness have a home inside your own boundaries. It is about learning that love can be gentle and still be firm. It is about knowing that your peace is not a small thing. Your peace is part of your healing. Your peace is part of your path. Your peace is part of the life you came here to live. So today, let this be the first quiet vow you make to yourself. I will no longer treat myself like the last person who matters. I will no longer give my best energy to everything outside me and leave my own heart starving. I will no longer confuse being needed with being loved. I will no longer call self-abandonment devotion. I choose myself with love. I honor the weight I have carried. I return my energy to my own heart. Let these words become the doorway into a new way of living. For many years, you may have been taught that loving yourself first is wrong. You may have heard that a good person always puts others first. A good person never disappoints. A good person keeps giving. A good person stays patient. A good person understands everyone. A good person does not ask for too much. A good person is easy to love because they do not disturb anyone. But my dear, who taught you that your goodness must come from your disappearance? Who taught you that your value rises when your needs become silent? Who taught you that love is measured by how much of yourself you can give away before you finally collapse? It is time to look at these old beliefs with kinder eyes. Maybe they were passed to you by people who did not know another way. Maybe they came from homes where your feelings were too much for others to hold. Maybe they came from relationships where you learned that being Ed felt safer than being known. Maybe they came from pain. But just because a belief has been with you for a long time does not mean it is the truth. Self-love is not selfish. Self-love is sacred balance. It is the balance between giving and receiving, between caring for others and caring for yourself, between being present and knowing when to step away, between opening your heart and protecting your peace, between forgiving and not returning to what keeps hurting you, between love and self-respect. When you do not have this balance, your love can become heavy. You may start giving because you are afraid they will leave, afraid they will be angry, afraid they will stop needing you, afraid that if you are not useful, you will not be chosen. And when love begins from fear, it may look kind on the outside, but inside it slowly drains you. True love does not grow from fear. True love grows from fullness. It grows from a heart that knows, I can care for you and I can care for me too. It grows from a spirit that understands your feelings matter and mine do too. It grows from a soul that no longer believes it must become empty to be worthy. Maybe you have spent many years giving from depletion. You showed up when you were tired. You comforted others when you needed comfort. You listened when your own heart was full of unsaid things. You became the safe place for many people, while quietly wondering when someone would become safe for you. And because you were so used to being needed, you may have mistaken that role for love. But being needed is not always the same as being cherished. Some people need your energy, but they do not honor your heart. Some people need your patience, but they do not respect your limits. Some people need your forgiveness, but they do not change how they treat you. Some people need your light, but they do not care when you feel dim. This is why self-love matters. It helps you stop confusing being useful with being loved. It helps you see when you are giving from a clear heart and when you are giving from fear of losing someone. It helps you understand that you can still be loving without becoming a place where others leave their pain and never ask what it costs you. My dear, there is a gentle difference between kindness and self-neglect. Kindness says, I care. Self-neglect says, I must not matter. Kindness says, I want to help. Self-neglect says, I have no right to rest. Kindness says, I will listen. Self-neglect says, I will swallow my own pain so yours can be heard. You are not here to live inside self-neglect and call it spiritual growth. A loving life must include you. Your peace must be part of the plan. Your feelings must be allowed at the table. Your body must be heard when it says it is tired. Your heart must be believed when it says something hurts. Your energy must be respected when it says it cannot keep giving in the same way. If you have been afraid that self-love will make you cold, let that fear soften. Choosing yourself does not close your heart. It teaches your heart how to stay open without being wounded again and again. It teaches you how to give from choice instead of pressure. It teaches you how to love people while also staying connected to your own truth. A person who loves themselves is not less loving. They are more honest. They do not give with hidden resentment. They do not say yes and then feel heavy inside. They do not pretend everything is fine while their spirit becomes tired. They do not offer fake peace to keep others comfortable. They love with a cleaner heart because they no longer use love as a way to earn safety. Think about the people you love most. When you truly love them, do you want them exhausted? Do you want them silent about their pain? Do you want them giving until they have nothing left? Do you want them smiling when their heart is breaking? No. You want them cared for. You want them rested. You want them respected. You want them safe. Then why would love ask less for you? You are also someone who deserves care. You are also someone who deserves rest. You are also someone whose feelings deserve respect. You are also someone who should not have to fight so hard to be treated with tenderness. It is not selfish to want peace in your own body. It is not selfish to need time before you answer. It is not selfish to say, "This hurts me." It is not selfish to stop accepting the same behavior after you have already explained your heart. It is not selfish to create distance from what keeps wounding you. It is not selfish to choose a life where your soul can breathe more freely. Selfishness takes without care. Self-love gives with wisdom. Selfishness ignores others completely. Self-love refuses to ignore itself. Selfishness says, "Only I matter." Self-love says, "I matter too." That small word "too" can heal so much inside you. I matter too. My feelings matter too. My needs matter too. My peace matters too. My life matters too. Let that truth move through every place where you were taught to come last. Let it touch the old shame that rises when you choose rest. Let it touch the fear that appears when you stop over-explaining. Let it touch the part of you that still believes love must be earned by suffering quietly. You do not need to suffer quietly to be worthy of love. You do not need to accept less to prove you are humble. You do not need to stay available to people who do not value your presence. You do not need to keep pouring from an empty soul and calling it devotion. There is a healthier love available. but to receive it, you must stop training life to meet you through your self-abandonment. You must stop showing others that your peace can always be pushed aside. You must stop teaching people that your boundaries are soft suggestions. You must stop saying yes with your mouth while your whole inner world is saying no. This does not mean you have to, become harsh. You can speak gently. You can stay kind. You can hold compassion. But your softness must no longer be an open door for disrespect. When you begin practicing sacred balance, small choices become powerful. You give yourself time before responding. You ask what you actually feel before agreeing. You let yourself rest without creating a reason that sounds acceptable to everyone else. You choose not to explain every private decision. You trust that people who love you can learn to respect the new way you are caring for yourself. And if some people become uncomfortable when you stop overgiving, let that show you something. Sometimes people are not upset because you are doing something wrong. Sometimes they are upset because the old version of you was easier for them. The old version said yes too quickly. The old version apologized too much. The old version carried the tension. The old version made everything comfortable for everyone except yourself. But you are not required to stay in an old version just because it benefits someone else. You are allowed to grow beyond the role you were given. You are allowed to become more honest. You are allowed to become less available to chaos. You are allowed to protect the quiet place inside you. You are allowed to disappoint people who expected you to keep disappointing yourself. My dear, that is not cruelty. That is healing. A balanced heart does not give everything away. It knows when to offer love and when to return inward. It knows when to speak and when silence is self-protection. It knows when to stay and when staying would be self-betrayal. It knows that love is not proven by pain. It knows that peace is not something to keep sacrificing for approval. Maybe this is new for you. Maybe you are used to checking everyone else's emotions before your own. Maybe before you make a choice, you think about how they will react, what they will say, whether they will be upset, whether they will judge you, whether they will pull away. And by the time you finish considering everyone else, you no longer know what you feel. This is how self-abandonment happens, quietly, repeatedly. In small choices where you leave yourself behind. But self-love also happens in small choices. You return to yourself before answering. You ask your heart what it needs. You notice when fear is making the decision. You tell yourself, I can be loving and honest at the same time. You give yourself permission to choose the answer that brings peace to your body, not just approval from others. I can love without losing myself. I can give without emptying my soul. I can be kind and still choose peace. These words are not a wall. They are a home. They are a reminder that your heart deserves to live somewhere safe inside you. When self-love becomes sacred balance, your relationships begin to change. You stop chasing people who only respond when you are useful. You stop explaining your pain to people committed to misunderstanding it. You stop shrinking our needs so someone else can avoid growth. You stop accepting love that arrives with confusion, coldness, or constant pressure, and you begin to choose differently. You choose people who can hear your feelings without mocking them. You choose spaces where your nervous system does not feel like it must stay on guard. You choose conversations where truth can exist without punishment. You choose love that does not treat your boundaries like betrayal. You choose a life where your energy is not constantly spent proving that you deserve basic care. This is what choosing yourself first begins to create. Not perfection, not a life without sadness, not a heart that never aches, but a life where you are no longer your own enemy. A life where you no longer abandon yourself to be accepted. A life where you no longer make your soul pay the price for other people's comfort. There is a deep beauty in becoming fair to yourself, not hard, not bitter. Fair. You stop giving everyone endless chances while giving yourself none. You stop forgiving others while punishing yourself for having feelings. You stop understanding everyone else's wounds while ignoring the wounds inside you. You stop making room for everyone except the person living in your own body. You become fair to yourself, and fairness feels like peace. It feels like resting when tired. It feels like speaking when something hurts. It feels like walking away from what keeps taking from you. It feels like giving yourself care without guilt. It feels like seeing your own humanity with soft eyes. My dear, you are not a machine of kindness. You are a living soul. You have limits. You have longings. You have tender places. You have dreams. You have needs. You have a heart that can carry a lot, but should not have to carry everything alone. Let love become balanced inside you. Let care move inward as well as outward. Let your own name be included in your prayers, your kindness, your patience, your forgiveness. Let your own life matter to you. Because when you love yourself in a balanced way, you do not become less available to love. You become more available to real love. You are no longer trapped in the need to be chosen by anyone at any cost. You are no longer bargaining with your peace. You are no longer accepting crumbs and calling them blessings. You begin to know what love should feel like. Love should not always make you wonder where you stand. Love should not make you feel guilty for being honest. Love should not make you carry the whole connection alone. Love should not make your heart feel like it must beg for warmth. Love should not punish you for respecting yourself. Love, in its healthier form, respects the life inside you. And when you respect the life inside you, you begin to invite that same respect from the world around you. Not by demanding loudly, not by controlling others, but by no longer participating in your own neglect. The message is simple, but it may change everything. You can love others and still belong to yourself. You can care and still have limits. You can be soft and still be strong. You can forgive and still move forward. You can choose peace and still wish others well. You can choose yourself first and still be guided by love. Let this truth stay close to your heart as you continue. Self-love is not a selfish act. It is the sacred balance that keeps your heart from becoming tired of its own kindness. Your energy is not just how much you can do in a day. It is not only your strength, your time, or your effort. Your energy is the feeling of your life moving through you. It is the quiet light behind your eyes. It is the warmth in your voice when you feel safe. It is the softness in your chest when you are around people who respect you. It is the inner space that allows you to dream, create, love, rest, and feel connected to yourself. This energy is sacred, and because it is sacred, it should not be handed everywhere without care. My dear, every day your energy is being spent. Some of it goes to the work you do. Some goes to the people you love. Some goes to the home you keep, the responsibilities you carry, the decisions you make. But some of it may be leaking into places that do not deserve so much of you. Old conversations you keep replaying, messages you keep waiting for, people you keep trying to understand, situations where your heart already knows the truth, but your mind keeps searching for another reason to stay. You may not notice it at first. You may think you are only thinking, only helping, only caring, only being patient. But slowly you feel tired in a way rest does not fully fix. You feel heavy after certain interactions. You feel smaller around certain people. You feel like your joy is always waiting for someone else to act differently. You feel like your inner peace is attached to the choices of people who do not treat it carefully. That is when your energy is no longer being honored. Your body knows the difference between peace and pressure. It knows when love feels safe, and it knows when love feels like work you were never meant to keep doing alone. It knows when a conversation opens your heart and when it closes something inside you. It knows when you are being heard and when you are only being tolerated. It knows when someone values you and when they only value what you provide. You do not need to ignore that knowing anymore. There are people who leave you feeling calm. You can be yourself with them. You do not need to measure every word. You do not need to hide your feelings. You do not need to become smaller so they can feel bigger. Your body feels less guarded. Your mind feels clearer. Your heart feels respected. And there are people who leave you feeling drained. Even after a short conversation, you may feel heavy. You may question yourself. You may feel guilty without knowing why. You may feel responsible for their mood, their comfort, their problems, their anger, their silence. You may spend hours trying to understand why something felt wrong, even though your body understood it immediately. Pay attention to that difference, not with hate, not with judgment, with wisdom. You are allowed to notice what your energy feels like around someone. You are allowed to notice what happens inside you after you give your time, your care, your attention, your hope. You are allowed to admit, this connection costs me more than it gives. You are allowed to admit, I do not feel safe being fully myself here. You are allowed to admit, I keep leaving this space feeling less connected to my own heart. That honesty is not betrayal. It is self-respect. For a long time, you may have treated your energy like something others could take whenever they wanted. A message arrives and you feel you must respond. Someone is upset and you feel you must fix it. Someone misunderstands you and you feel you must explain yourself until you are exhausted. Someone gives you less than you deserve, and you feel you must prove that you are worth more. But your energy is not a public place. It is your inner home. Not everyone should be allowed to walk through it with dirty shoes. Not every demand deserves your immediate attention. Not every person who wants access to you has earned closeness to you. Not every emotional need around you is yours to carry. There is great healing in learning this. You are not responsible for managing every reaction people have to your boundaries. You are not responsible for making everyone comfortable with your growth. You are not responsible for keeping people close who only stayed because you kept abandoning yourself. You are not responsible for shrinking your truth so others do not have to face their behavior. You are responsible for the way you honor the life inside you. And that begins with your energy. My energy is precious. I choose where it goes. I no longer spend myself where love does not meet me. Let these words be a soft turning point. You have spent enough of yourself in places where your heart had to beg for basic care. You have given enough attention to what kept pulling you away from peace. You have tried enough to make people understand what they could have understood if they had truly wanted to listen. You have carried enough emotional weight for people who were not carrying you back. Now, slowly and gently, your energy can return. It returns when you stop chasing conversations that only reopen the wound. It returns when you let silence be silence instead of making it your fault. It returns when you stop giving your whole day to someone's small act of coldness. It returns when you stop checking for signs from people who keep showing you the same answer. It returns when you stop explaining your heart to those who hear only what serves them. Your energy returns when you stop leaving yourself. And when your energy returns, you begin to feel different, not perfect, not always happy, but clearer. You may notice that your mind is less crowded. You may notice that your body feels less tight. You may notice that certain things no longer pull you as strongly. You may notice that you have more space for your own dreams, your own rest, your own healing. This is why protecting your energy matters. It is not about becoming distant from life. It is about having enough of yourself left to live it. If you give your best energy to worry, you may have little left for joy. If you give your best energy to people who drain you, you may have little left for those who truly love you. If you give your best energy to proving yourself, you may have little left for becoming yourself. If you give your best energy to old pain, you may have little left for the new life trying to grow through you. Your energy creates the atmosphere of your life. So ask gently, what atmosphere am I living in? Is it filled with peace, or is it filled with constant tension? Is it filled with care, or is it filled with pressure? Is it filled with honest love, or is it filled with fear of being rejected? Is it filled with respect, or is it filled with the quiet ache of being taken for granted? You do not need to judge yourself for the answer. You only need to become aware. Awareness is where change begins. Maybe you have been giving energy to someone who only gives you confusion. Maybe you have been giving energy to a past version of yourself that you keep blaming. Maybe you have been giving energy to fear, to old shame, to trying to control how others see you. Maybe you have been giving energy to being perfect, being accepted, being needed, being chosen. My dear, what if your energy no longer had to be spent on proving that you deserve love? What if your energy could be used to build peace inside you? What if your energy could return to your own dreams? What if your energy could help your body feel safe again? What if your energy could become devotion to your own healing? This is not a small shift. This is a new way of living. When you stop giving your energy everywhere, you may begin to disappoint the parts of life that depended on your lack of boundaries. You may not be as available. You may not explain as much. You may not respond from panic. You may not keep trying to fix what others refuse to face. You may not keep offering warmth where you keep receiving coldness. Some people may notice. Some may question it. Some may call it distance. Some may say, you have changed. And maybe you have. Maybe you have changed from someone who kept giving beyond their strength into someone who listens to their own heart. Maybe you have changed from someone who confused guilt with love into someone who knows peace is sacred. Maybe you have changed from someone who always came last into someone learning to stand beside themselves. That kind of change is not something to fear. It is something to honor. There is no shame in outgrowing the habit of overgiving. There is no shame in becoming more careful with your presence. There is no shame in needing space from what keeps hurting you. There is no shame in becoming quiet where you used to explain. There is no shame in choosing not to pour your heart into a place that has never learned how to hold it. Your energy is part of your life, and your life is not something to waste on constant emotional survival. You deserve moments that restore you. You deserve relationships that feel mutual. You deserve conversations where you are not punished for honesty. You deserve love that does not leave you feeling like you must recover from it. You deserve days where your nervous system is not always waiting for the next hurt. You deserve to feel at home inside yourself. And if that feels far away, begin gently. Begin by noticing. Notice what gives life to your heart. Notice what makes you feel small. Notice what leaves you clear. Notice what leaves you confused. Notice where you are giving because you want to, and where you are giving because you are afraid not to. The truth will not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it comes as a quiet heaviness after you agree. Sometimes it comes as relief when plans are canceled. Sometimes it comes as peace when you finally step back. Sometimes it comes as the simple knowing that you cannot keep doing the same thing and call it love. Trust that knowing. Your soul is not trying to take love away from you. It is trying to lead you toward love that does not require self-loss. Real love has respect in it. Real love notices when you are tired. Real love does not make your boundaries a crime. Real love can hear no without turning cruel. Real love does not enjoy your overgiving. Real love wants you whole, not drained. Real love understands that the energy you carry is part of the beauty you bring into the world. So if love is present, let it learn to respect your energy. And if something refuses to respect your energy, ask yourself if it is really love or only attachment, habit, fear, or need. You do not have to answer with anger. You can answer with clarity. You can say within yourself, I no longer make my peace the price of connection. You can say, I no longer give unlimited access to my heart. You can say, I am allowed to protect the part of me that is still healing. You can say, I can love from a distance if closeness keeps hurting me. You can say, my energy belongs first to the life I am here to live. These are not harsh words. They are healing words. They are the words of a soul remembering its worth. My dear, your energy has carried you through days when you did not know how you would keep going. It has helped you love, forgive, begin again, survive loss, hold hope, and continue even when your heart felt tired. That energy deserves respect. It deserves care. It deserves to be protected from places that only take. It deserves to be offered where love is mutual, where peace is possible, where your heart is not treated like an endless resource. You are not wrong for becoming more selective. You are not wrong for needing quieter spaces. You are not wrong for wanting love that feels safe. You are not wrong for stepping away from people who only understand your value when you stop giving them access to it. The more you honor your energy, the more your life begins to change. You stop being pulled into every storm. You stop answering every fear. You stop letting every mood around you become your responsibility. You stop mistaking emotional intensity for connection. You stop choosing people who make you feel like your peace does not matter. And slowly, something beautiful happens. Your own presence becomes enough. You begin to enjoy your quiet. You begin to hear your inner voice. You begin to feel guided from within. You begin to trust the calm choices. You begin to understand that not everything deserves your reaction, your explanation, your worry, or your attention. You begin to live with more dignity. This is where the energy you carry becomes lighter, not because life has no challenges, but because you are no longer carrying what was never yours. Not because everyone understands you, but because you understand yourself more deeply. Not because every relationship becomes perfect, but because you stop using your own heart as the sacrifice. Choose where your energy goes. Choose what receives your tenderness. Choose what deserves your time. Choose the rooms, people, thoughts, and habits that help you feel connected to your own soul. You are not here to be drained. You are here to be alive. You are here to love with wisdom. You are here to feel peace in your own body. You are here to carry your energy with respect and to let love meet that energy with respect too. Boundaries are not walls around your heart. They are loving lines that help your heart stay open without being wounded again and again. My dear, for a long time, you may have thought that love means having no limits. You may have believed that if you truly care, you should always answer, always forgive, always explain, always stay, always give more, always understand more, always make room. You may have believed that saying no means you are rejecting someone, hurting someone, or becoming a person you do not want to be. But that is not true. A boundary is not the opposite of love. A boundary is love with self-respect inside it. A boundary says, I want to remain kind, but I cannot keep losing myself. A boundary says, I care about you, but I also care about the peace living inside me. A boundary says, I am willing to love, but I am not willing to disappear. There is a kind of love that has no boundary, and it slowly becomes pain. It becomes resentment hidden behind a smile. It becomes exhaustion hidden behind patience. It becomes silent anger hidden behind forgiveness. It becomes a heavy heart saying, I am fine, while the whole inner world is asking to be protected. You were never meant to love in a way that turns you against yourself. If someone truly wants to be close to you, they must learn how to respect the energy you carry. They must understand that your softness is not an endless supply. Your patience is not a place where disrespect can live forever. Your forgiveness is not permission for the same wound to be repeated. Your heart is not a room where people can enter, leave a mess, and expect you to keep cleaning it alone. A boundary helps love become honest. Without boundaries, people may never learn where you hurt. Without boundaries, you may keep smiling while something inside you becomes tired. Without boundaries, the people around you may think everything is fine because you keep making it look fine. You keep answering, you keep showing up, you keep accepting, you keep making the pain smaller so the relationship can stay the same. But healing asks you to stop hiding the cost. It asks you to admit when something has become too heavy. It asks you to tell the truth when your energy is no longer able to carry the same pattern. It asks you to stop pretending that love feels peaceful when it actually feels like pressure. It asks you to stop offering unlimited access to people who have not learned how to treat your presence with care. A boundary can be as simple as not answering when your body needs quiet. It can be as simple as saying, "I cannot talk about this right now." It can be as simple as refusing to explain your pain for the 10th time to someone who keeps choosing not to hear it. It can be as simple as stepping away from a conversation that turns your feelings into an argument. It can be as simple as not rushing to fix someone's mood at the cost of your own peace. These choices may feel small, but to your soul, they are powerful. Every time you honor a boundary, you teach your heart that it is safe with you. Every time you stop yourself from overgiving, you show your inner world that you are no longer willing to abandon it. Every time you say no with love, you make room for a deeper yes to your own life. Some people may not understand your boundaries at first, especially if they were used to receiving the version of you who never objected, never asked, never stepped back, never admitted the truth. They may say you have changed. They may say you are distant. They may say you are being difficult. But sometimes people call you difficult when you stop being easy to use. Do not let that make you return to self-abandonment. The old fear may say, "They will leave if I stop giving everything." Self-love answers, "The right people will respect the peace I am learning to protect." The old fear may say, "If I say no, I will be unloved." Self-love answers, "Love that only stays when I betray myself is not the love my soul needs." The old fear may say, "I have to keep the peace." Self-love answers, "Peace that requires my silence is not true peace." My dear, this is where your spirit becomes stronger, not louder, not colder, stronger. You stop giving your peace away just because someone else is uncomfortable with your truth. You stop making your body carry the stress of conversations your soul already knows are not healthy. You stop calling it kindness when you keep giving people permission to cross lines that matter to you. Boundaries do not always need many words. Sometimes the most loving boundary is a quiet change in behavior. You no longer join the same emotional storm. You no longer defend yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You no longer respond from panic. You no longer give explanations to those who only use them to pull you back into the same pattern. There is dignity in that quiet change. There is healing in no longer offering your whole heart to every person who asks for access. There is peace in no longer believing that every invitation deserves your energy. There is strength in letting someone be disappointed without rushing to rescue them from the feeling. There is wisdom in knowing that another person's reaction does not always mean you made the wrong choice. A loving boundary may feel uncomfortable, but it is not unkind. It is not unkind to need time. It is not unkind to say, "This does not feel good to me." It is not unkind to stop answering messages that leave you anxious for hours. It is not unkind to step away from someone who keeps making your heart feel unsafe. It is not unkind to stop carrying emotional weight that another person refuses to face. You can have compassion for someone and still refuse to be mistreated. You can understand their pain and still protect yourself from their behavior. You can wish them healing and still choose distance. You can love someone deeply and still admit that closeness with them is costing you too much. This is not failure. This is clarity. Many gentle souls struggle with boundaries because they do not want to become like the people who hurt them. They fear that firmness means cruelty. They fear that protecting themselves means closing the heart. But there is a sacred difference between becoming hard and becoming honest. You do not need to punish anyone. You do not need to speak with anger. You do not need to prove you are right. You only need to honor what your inner life is telling you. If your body feels tense every time you think about a certain conversation, that matters. If your joy disappears after being around someone, that matters. If you feel smaller each time you try to be understood, that matters. If you keep explaining your heart and still feel unseen, that matters. Your feelings are not meaningless. Your energy is not meaningless. Your peace is not meaningless. For a long time, you may have let love enter your life without asking if it knew how to respect you. You may have let people stay close because you cared about them, even when, and their closeness made you feel drained. You may have allowed disrespect because you were afraid of losing the connection. You may have given people access to the most tender parts of you while they gave you confusion, distance, or care only when it was easy for them. Now, a new truth is rising inside you. Access to your heart is sacred. Not everyone deserves the same closeness. Not everyone deserves the same openness. Not everyone deserves your deepest explanations, your quickest replies, your softest forgiveness, your endless chances. This does not mean you are better than anyone. It means you are learning to honor what is alive within you. A garden cannot bloom if everyone is allowed to step on it. A home cannot feel safe if every door is left open to every storm. A lamp cannot shine if no one protects the flame from harsh wind. In the same way, your spirit needs care. Your heart needs wise protection. Your energy needs loving direction. A boundary is that protection. When you set a boundary, you may feel the old guilt rising. You may feel the pull to apologize too much. You may want to soften your truth until it no longer sounds like truth. You may want to add long explanations so no one misunderstands you. But my dear, the people who truly care about you will not need you to bleed emotionally before they respect you. You do not need to prove that your limit is valid. You do not need to present your pain like evidence in a court. You do not need to convince someone that you are worthy of being treated gently. You are worthy already. There is great freedom in giving yourself permission to have limits without shame. You are allowed to say, I cannot do that. You are allowed to say, that does not feel right for me. You are allowed to say, I need space. You are allowed to say, I am not available for this kind of conversation. You are allowed to say, I care, but I cannot carry this for you. These are not selfish sentences. They are clean sentences. They carry truth without cruelty. They honor love without surrendering your whole self to it. My boundaries are loving. My peace is worthy of protection. I can say no and still be a loving person. Let these words settle into the places where fear used to live. You are not here to be endlessly accessible. You are not here to be a resting place for everyone's pain while your own pain goes unseen. You are not here to make yourself smaller so someone else never has to grow. A healthy boundary is not a rejection of love. It is an invitation for love to become more mature. It gives love a chance to respect you. It gives relationships a chance to become honest. It gives your own heart a chance to feel safe again. And if a relationship cannot survive your boundaries, then maybe it was surviving only because you had none. That truth may hurt, but it can also free you. Because the right love does not need you powerless. The right love does not ask you to keep accepting what breaks your spirit. The right love does not punish you for protecting your peace. The right love may need time to understand, but it will not make your self-respect the enemy. When you begin to set boundaries, you are not leaving love behind. You are leaving behind the version of love that required you to be silent, exhausted, and afraid of your own needs. You are making room for love that can stand beside your truth. Love that can respect your energy. Love that can meet you without demanding that you disappear. This is how love learns how to treat you. It learns through what you no longer allow. It learns through what you calmly choose. It learns through the way you return to yourself instead of chasing approval. It learns through the way you stop negotiating with disrespect. It learns through the way you honor your inner life even when it is uncomfortable. And most of all, you learn. You learn that you can survive someone being disappointed. You learn that you can stay kind without saying yes. You learn that your body becomes calmer when you stop betraying it. You learn that peace is not found by pleasing everyone. You learn that the love you want outside of you must first become the way you treat yourself inside. Let your boundaries be gentle, but let them be real. Let them be clear enough for your soul to trust you. Let them be loving enough that your heart does not have to become hard. Let them remind you that you are allowed to be open, but you are not required to be unprotected. You can love with an open heart and still keep a sacred line around your peace. Your feelings are not too much. They are the language your heart uses when something inside you needs care. Maybe you have been told that you are too sensitive. Maybe someone made you feel wrong for crying, wrong for needing reassurance, wrong for feeling hurt, wrong for noticing the change in someone's voice, wrong for sensing distance before anyone admitted it was there. Maybe you learned to hide your feelings because people around you did not know how to hold them. Maybe you began to say, "It is fine," not because it was fine, but because explaining your pain felt more tiring than keeping it inside. My dear, there is nothing wrong with having a heart that feels deeply. Your sensitivity is not a weakness. It is awareness. It is the part of you that notices when energy changes. It is the part of you that cares about honesty. It is the part of you that knows when love feels warm and when love feels cold. It is the part of you that remembers what hurt, not to punish you, but to protect you from returning to the same pain without wisdom. The problem was never that you felt too much. The problem was that you were often surrounded by situations where your feelings had no safe place to land. When feelings are welcomed, they soften. When feelings are shamed, they hide. And hidden feelings do not disappear. They become heaviness. They become tension. They become overthinking. They become suddie and sadness during a quiet evening. They become anger that seems to rise from nowhere. They become distance from yourself. This is why honoring your feelings matters. To honor a feeling does not mean letting it control your whole life. It means you stop treating it like an enemy. It means you stop saying, "I should not feel this." It means you stop making yourself wrong for being human. It means you come close to your own heart and ask, "What are you trying to tell me?" Sadness may be telling you that something mattered deeply. Anger may be telling you that a boundary was crossed. Exhaustion may be telling you that you have been giving beyond your strength. Fear may be asking for safety. Loneliness may be asking for true connection. Disappointment may be showing you where you expected care and received silence instead. Every feeling has a message. Not every feeling has the final answer, but every feeling deserves kindness. You do not have to prove that your pain was serious enough before you are allowed to care for it. If something hurt you, it hurt you. If something made your heart heavy, it deserves attention. If a situation left you feeling small, confused, or unseen, you are allowed to acknowledge that. You do not need to compare your pain to someone else's pain. You do not need to tell yourself that others have had it worse. Your heart is not asking to win a contest. It is asking to be heard. For a long time, you may have been very careful with everyone else's feelings while being careless with your own. You may have watched your words so you would not hurt anyone. You may have softened your truth so someone else would not feel uncomfortable. You may have carried their sadness, their anger, their needs, their confusion. But when your own feelings rose, you may have pushed them down, called them dramatic, or told yourself to move on. This is where the healing must become fair. You deserve the same gentleness you give to others. You deserve the same patience. You deserve the same room. You deserve to sit with your own heart without rushing it to become easier for everyone else. My feelings are welcome here. I do not shame my heart for speaking. I listen to myself with love. Let this become a new inner way. When sadness comes, you do not have to run from it. You can hold it with tenderness. When anger comes, you do not have to become afraid of it. You can ask what line was crossed. When fear comes, you do not have to let it rule everything. You can comfort it and still choose with wisdom. When guilt comes, you do not have to obey it. You can notice it and ask whether it belongs to truth or old conditioning. This is emotional maturity. Not the absence of feeling, but the ability to be with yourself without turning against yourself. There is a younger part of you that may still be waiting for someone to say, "Your feelings make sense." Maybe that part of you remembers being ignored. Maybe it remembers being told to stop crying. Maybe it remembers being called dramatic when it was only trying to express pain. Maybe it learned that love was safer when it stayed quiet. Speak to that part with kindness. Let it know that it no longer has to hide to be loved. Let it know that its tears are not shameful. Let it know that its needs are not a burden. Let it know that it is safe to feel inside your own presence now. When you become a safe place for your feelings, your inner life begins to settle. You do not have to chase people to validate what you already know. You do not have to keep explaining your pain to people who benefit from not understanding it. You do not have to argue with your own heart in order to keep someone else comfortable. You can say, "This hurt me," without needing the other person to agree before you believe yourself. That is powerful. So much pain is created when we wait for someone else to admit what our body already knows. We wait for them to say they were unfair. We wait for them to understand. We wait for them to apologize. We wait for them to finally see the weight we carried. And while we wait, our own healing stands still, hoping for permission from someone who may never give it. My dear, your healing does not need their permission. Your feelings do not become real only when someone else confirms them. Your pain does not become valid only when the person who caused it understands it. Your heart does not need a witness who is willing to be honest before you can begin caring for yourself. You can begin by believing yourself. This does not mean you never reflect. It does not mean you never take responsibility. It does not mean every emotion is the whole truth. It means you stop dismissing yourself before you have even listened. It means you become loving enough to hear what is moving inside you. Sometimes your feelings will show you that you need a conversation. Sometimes they will show you that you need distance. Sometimes they will show you that you need rest. Sometimes they will show you that you are still carrying an old wound into a new moment. Sometimes they will show you that something present is not aligned with your peace. All of this can be held with compassion. You do not have to attack yourself for feeling. You do not have to make every feeling a command. You can let it be information. You can let it be a doorway into deeper honesty. My dear, this is how you stop calling yourself too sensitive. You begin to see sensitivity as a gift that needs care, not shame. A sensitive heart can love beautifully. It can notice beauty others pass by. It can sense when someone is hurting. It can create warmth in cold places. It can bring tenderness into a world that often moves too fast. But a sensitive heart also needs protection. It cannot be placed everywhere. It cannot be offered to everyone without wisdom. It cannot be expected to keep absorbing harshness and still remain soft. Your sensitivity is sacred, but it needs your leadership. You must decide where your heart can safely open. You must decide which spaces deserve your full truth. You must decide which people can hold your feelings with respect and which people have shown that they cannot. You must decide not to keep giving your deepest self to those who only know how to use your openness against you. This is not becoming closed. This is becoming careful with something precious. Imagine holding a delicate piece of glass, not because it is weak, but because it is beautiful. You would not throw it into careless hands. You would not place it where it keeps being stepped on. You would not call it dramatic for breaking under pressure. You would protect it because you understand its value. Your heart deserves that kind of care. For too long, you may have blamed yourself for hurting in places that were never safe. You may have said, "Why do I care so much?" But perhaps the deeper question is, why did I keep bringing my tenderness to places that did not respect it? This question is not meant to shame you. It is meant to wake you gently, because once you see the pattern, you can change it with love. You can stop handing your feelings to people who only argue with them. You can stop expecting warmth from those who keep giving distance. You can stop waiting for emotional safety in places that keep proving unsafe. You can stop making your sensitivity the problem when the real problem is lack of care. There is nothing wrong with wanting to be treated gently. There is nothing wrong with wanting honest words. There is nothing wrong with needing consistency. There is nothing wrong with feeling hurt when love becomes cold. There is nothing wrong with wanting to feel respected. These are human needs. They are not too much. My dear, a heart that has been dismissed often learns to dismiss itself. That may be why you sometimes minimize your own pain before anyone else does. You say, "It is not a big deal." You say, "Maybe I am overthinking." You say, Maybe I expected too much. Sometimes reflection is healthy, yes. But sometimes those words are old survival habits. They are the way you learn to keep connection by abandoning your own truth. You do not need to do that anymore. You can be gentle and honest. You can say, I may not understand everything yet, but I know how this made me feel. You can say, my feelings deserve care, even while I am learning what they mean. You can say, I do not need to turn against myself to keep someone close. The more you honor your feelings, the less they need to shout. The more you welcome them, the less they overwhelm you. The more you believe them, the less you need to chase validation from people who cannot give it. Your feelings become calmer when they know you will not abandon them. Think of the peace that comes when a child is finally held after being ignored. The crying softens, the body settles, the fear loosens. Not because Eve, writhing outside, has changed, but because someone safe has come close. This is what happens inside you when you come close to your own feelings with love. You become the safe presence you needed, and from that place, you can make better choices. You can respond instead of reacting. You can speak without begging. You can step away without hatred. You can forgive without erasing the truth. You can love without ignoring what your own heart is saying. This is a new kind of strength. Not the old strength that hides pain. Not the old strength that takes everything silently. Not the old strength that smiles while breaking. This is the strength of a person who can feel deeply and still choose wisely. A person who can honor pain without living inside it forever. A person who can say, my heart matters, and mean it. Let your feelings become part of your guidance. Let them show you where you need care. Let them show you what no longer feels aligned. Let them show you where love is real and where it is only a pattern. Let them show you where you are still waiting for someone else to choose you while your own heart is asking you to choose yourself. You are not too sensitive for wanting love to feel respectful. You are not too emotional for needing peace. You are not too much for wanting to be heard. You are not difficult because your spirit can feel when something is wrong. You are waking up to the truth that your feelings were never meant to be buried so other people could stay comfortable. Honor them. Sit with them in kindness. Let them tell you what they have been trying to say. And when they show you where your energy has been hurt, believe that your heart is worthy of protection. Guilt often rises when you begin choosing yourself, not because you are doing something wrong, but because you are breaking an old agreement with self-abandonment. My dear, this is one of the hardest parts of healing. You may understand that you need boundaries. You may understand that your energy matters. You may understand that your feelings deserve care. But when the moment comes to actually choose yourself, guilt may appear like a heavy hand on your heart. You choose rest, and guilt says you should be doing more. You take space, and guilt says you are hurting them. you say no, and guilt says you are selfish. You stop chasing, and guilt says you are giving up. You stop explaining, and guilt says they will misunderstand you. Guilt can sound very convincing. It can sound like love. It can sound like duty. It can sound like responsibility. But not all guilt is sacred. Some guilt is only old fear trying to keep you inside an old role. The role of the helper, the fixer, the one who understands everything, the one who never needs too much, the one who keeps the peace, the one who carries the emotional weight, the one who apologizes even when hurt, the one who stays because leaving would make someone uncomfortable. If you lived in that role for a long time, then choosing yourself might feel wrong at first. Not because it is wrong, but because it is unfamiliar. Your mind may not know what to do with peace. Your body may not yet trust a life where you no longer rush to manage everyone else's feelings. Your heart may feel guilty simply because it is finally receiving the care it was denied for too long. Let this truth be gentle but clear. Guilt is not always guidance. Sometimes guilt is a memory. Sometimes guilt is conditioning. Sometimes guilt is the old belief that your needs are less important. Sometimes guilt is the fear of being disliked. Sometimes guilt is the echo of people who benefited when you had no boundaries. You can feel guilt and still choose what is healthy. You can feel guilt and still honor your peace. You can feel guilt and still say no. You can feel guilt and still stop carrying what was never yours. This is how you become free. Not by waiting until guilt disappears, but by no longer letting guilt make every decision for you. For many gentle souls, guilt begins in childhood or in early relationships. You may have learned that love was connected to pleasing. When others were happy with you, you felt safe. When others were upset, you felt danger, even if you had done nothing wrong. So you learned to adjust quickly. You learned to soften your own needs. You learned to sense moods. You learned to make yourself easier. And now, even as an adult, when someone is disappointed, your body may react as if love is being taken away. This is why choosing yourself can feel so intense. You are not only saying no to one request, you are saying no to a whole pattern that taught you your safety depended on being pleasing. My dear, your safety does not have to depend on pleasing anymore. You can be loved and still have needs. You can be respected and still have limits. You can be good and still disappoint someone. You can be kind and still protect your time. You can be spiritual and still step away from what harms your peace. There is no love in forcing yourself to carry more than your spirit can hold. There is no wisdom in keeping yourself exhausted so others never have to face their own discomfort. There is no kindness in making your heart suffer silently while you call it compassion. Compassion must include you. If your compassion leaves you empty, it needs balance. If your forgiveness keeps returning you to the same wound, it needs boundaries. If your loyalty keeps breaking your own heart, it needs truth. If your love keeps asking you to disappear, it needs healing. Guilt may say, but they need me. Wisdom says, I can care without becoming responsible for their whole life. Guilt may say, they will be upset. Wisdom says, their feelings are real, but they are not always mine to fix. Guilt may say, I should be able to handle this. Wisdom says, I am allowed to have limits. Guilt may say, choosing myself is selfish. Wisdom says, abandoning myself is not love. I release the guilt that keeps me is small. I am allowed to choose what is healthy for me. My peace does not need permission. Let these words move through the places where you have been carrying old shame. You are not doing something wrong by becoming honest. You are not betraying love by asking love to become respectful. You are not failing anyone by refusing to keep living in exhaustion. You are not becoming selfish because you finally included yourself in your own care. There may be people who do not understand your healing. They may only know the old you, the one who answered quickly, the one who gave without asking, the one who stayed available no matter how tired, the one who made every situation easier for them. When you change, they may feel the difference. They may not know what to do with your new boundaries. They may test them. They may question them. They may act hurt. This is where you must stay close to yourself. Do not let someone's discomfort become proof that you are wrong. Sometimes discomfort is simply part of change. Sometimes people need time to adjust to the version of you that no longer abandons yourself. Sometimes a relationship can grow through that adjustment. And sometimes the reaction shows you that the connection was not built on mutual care, but on your silence. Either way, your healing is still valid. You do not need to shrink back into the old version of yourself just because someone misses the benefits of that version. You do not need to return to overgiving because someone is uncomfortable with your peace. You do not need to reopen a door that your heart finally had the courage to close. My dear, guilt will often ask you to sacrifice your peace for temporary approval. It will offer you the comfort of being liked while quietly taking away the comfort of being true to yourself. It will tell you that if you go back, everything will feel normal again. But normal is not always healthy. Familiar is not always loving. Being accepted is not always the same as being respected. You are not here to return to what made your soul tired. You are here to become more whole. That wholeness may require choices that other people do not fully understand. It may require silence where you once over-explained. It may require distance where you once chased. It may require honesty where you once performed peace. It may require letting people think what they think without handing them the power to define you. This is not easy, but it is freeing. The more you release guilt, the more you begin to see how much of your life was shaped by fear of reaction. You may see how often you said yes because you did not want conflict. How often you stayed quiet because you feared being judged. How often you gave more because you feared being replaced. How often you apologized because someone else could not handle your truth. Do not judge yourself for this. You were trying to stay safe. You were trying to keep love. You were trying to avoid pain. You did what you knew with the tools you had. Now you are learning new tools. You are learning self-honesty. You are learning calm boundaries. You are learning to let your body be part of the decision. You are learning to choose from peace instead of panic. You are learning that love does not need to be controlled by guilt. And as you learn, be patient with yourself. Some days you will choose yourself with confidence. Other days you may feel shaky. Some days you will set a boundary clearly. Other days you may explain too much. Some days you will feel free. Other days, guilt may return with an old story. That does not mean you are failing. It means you are healing. Healing is not always a straight path. It often moves through old feelings so they can finally be understood differently. When guilt returns, you do not need to hate it. You can recognize it. You can say within yourself, "This is the old pattern trying to protect me in the only way it knows." Then you can choose again from the wiser part of you. The wiser part knows that peace matters. The wiser part knows that your needs are not shameful. The wiser part knows that love should not require constant self-betrayal. The wiser part knows that choosing yourself first is not the end of connection, but the beginning of healthier connection. Stay with these words if your heart is finally ready to stop calling self-abandonment love. You deserve a love that does not make you guilty for being honest. You deserve relationships where your no is respected, not punished. You deserve spaces where your feelings can exist without becoming a burden. You deserve a life where rest is not something you earn through collapse. You deserve to feel that your energy belongs to you. This is why guilt must soften. Because guilt has been standing between you and the life your soul is trying to build. A life where you can give from fullness. A life where you can rest without shame. A life where you can speak without fear of losing everything. A life where your love is no longer mixed with silent resentment. A life where your kindness is guided by wisdom. A life where your heart no longer has to choose between loving others and loving itself. My dear, release does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop carrying what is not yours. You can care about someone's feelings without becoming responsible for managing them. You can care about someone's journey without walking it for them. You can care about keeping peace without letting that peace cost you your own truth. You can care deeply and still say, "This is where I must honor myself." Let your guilt become softer than your self-respect. Let your fear become quieter than your inner knowing. Let your old habits loosen their hold as your heart learns a safer way to love. You are allowed to choose rest. You are allowed to choose distance. You are allowed to choose honesty. You are allowed to choose peace. You are allowed to choose yourself without turning it into an apology. And when guilt tries to pull you back into the old pattern, remember this: the people who truly love you may not always understand immediately, but they will not need you to destroy yourself to prove your care. Real love can learn. Real love can adjust. Real love can respect the energy you carry. Anything that demands your self-abandonment in order to stay close is not asking for love. It is asking for control, comfort, or access, and you are allowed to say no to that. Your heart has spent enough time feeling responsible for everyone else's reactions. Your soul has spent enough time carrying the fear of being misunderstood. Your body has spent enough time paying the price for choices made from guilt. Now, let a new truth guide you. I can care and still choose myself. I can love and still have limits. I can disappoint someone and still be worthy. I can release guilt and remain kind. This is the freedom your heart has been waiting for. Not a cold freedom, not a lonely freedom, a peaceful freedom, the kind that lets you stand in your own life without asking shame to lead the way. You are not becoming less loving. You are becoming more truthful. You are not becoming selfish. You are becoming whole. You are not leaving love behind. You are making room for love that respects you. Real love does not ask you to carry the whole connection alone. My dear, this is something your heart may have needed to hear for a long time. Love is not supposed to feel like a place where you are always proving, always reaching, always guessing, always hoping that this time you will be treated with the care you have been giving so freely. Love is not meant to turn your mind into a room full of questions. Love is not meant to make your body tense, your heart unsure, and your spirit tired from trying to understand why something that should feel warm keeps feeling heavy. There is a kind of love that opens you, and there is a kind of love that consumes you. There is a kind of love that meets your energy with respect, and there is a kind of love that only notices your energy when it wants something from you. There is a kind of love that helps you feel more like yourself, and there is a kind of love that slowly pulls you away from yourself until you no longer know where your peace went. You are allowed to know the difference. Real love has respect inside it. It respects your time. It respects your softness. It respects your need for quiet. It respects the tender places in you that are still healing. It does not laugh at what hurts you. It does not use your honesty against you. It does not make you feel guilty for having feelings. It does not punish you for needing care, space, warmth, truth, or consistency. Real love does not make you beg for basic kindness. If love keeps making you feel like you are too needy for wanting respect, too sensitive for noticing distance, too emotional for needing reassurance, or too difficult for asking for honesty, then something inside that connection is not honoring your spirit. Love may be present in some way, but respect is missing, and love without respect becomes confusing. It may have affection, it may have history, it may have strong emotion, but without respect, it cannot become safe for your heart. My dear, your energy deserves love that can hold it with care. You carry deep feeling, you carry memory, you carry hope, you carry the effort of healing from moments you do not always speak about. You carry the weight of trying again after being disappointed. You carry the quiet courage of still believing in love, even after love has sometimes hurt you. That energy is not something to be handled carelessly. It is sacred. It is alive. It is part of your inner beauty. The right love will not treat your energy like an endless supply. It will not only come close when it needs comfort and disappear when you need the same. It will not expect your patience while giving you confusion. It will not expect your loyalty while offering you emotional uncertainty. It will not expect your forgiveness while refusing to understand the wound. The right love will care about the effect it has on you. That is one of the signs of real love. It does not only ask, "Do you love me?" It also asks, "Do you feel safe with me?" It does not only enjoy your warmth, it protects it. It does not only receive your tenderness, it gives tenderness back. It does not only want your presence, it honors the life inside your presence. Maybe you have known love that felt like pressure. Love where you had to measure your words. Love where you feared saying the wrong thing. Love where you waited too long for small signs of care. Love where the good moments kept you holding on, but the heavy moments kept taking from your soul. Love where your heart learned to survive on little pieces of warmth, even though it longed for steadiness. If that has been your story, please do not shame yourself. You were not foolish for loving. You were not weak for hoping. You were not wrong for seeing the good in someone. You were a heart trying to find safety. You were a soul trying to believe that love could become gentle. But now, your healing is asking you not only to notice love, but to notice whether love respects the energy you carry. There is a difference between someone wanting you and someone valuing you. There is a difference between someone missing your presence and someone respecting your peace. There is a difference between someone enjoying your love and someone being ready to love you in a way that does not drain you. You deserve the deeper kind. You deserve love that does not leave you recovering from every conversation. You deserve love that does not make you feel alone while you are connected. You deserve love that does not require you to keep explaining the same pain. You deserve love that hears your voice before your heart becomes exhausted. You deserve love that does not only show up when it is convenient. You deserve love that makes room for your humanity. This does not mean real love is perfect. Real love can have misunderstandings. Real love can have hard days. Real love can need honest conversations. Real love can make mistakes. But real love has care in the repair. Real love does not make a home in repeated disrespect. Real love does not keep harming you and then blame you for being hurt. Real love does not turn your feelings into a problem simply because they reveal where change is needed. Real love listens. Real love learns. Real love softens where it has been careless. Real love values your peace, not only your presence. My dear, if you have been chasing love that keeps running from accountability, come back to yourself. If you have been trying to earn warmth from someone who gives it and takes it away, come back to yourself. If you have been waiting for a person to become the safe place they have never truly been, come back to yourself. Not with hatred toward them, but with love for you. You can love someone and still admit they do not know how to care for your energy. You can love someone and still stop giving them the power to decide your worth. You can love someone and still choose distance because closeness has become too costly. You can love someone and still understand that your soul is asking for peace. That is not failure, that is awakening. A heart that is awakening no longer mistakes intensity for intimacy. It no longer mistakes anxiety for passion. It no longer mistakes being chosen sometimes for being loved well. It no longer mistakes emotional hunger for spiritual connection. It begins to ask a wiser question. Does this love help me become more whole, or does it keep pulling me away from myself? That question can change your life, because when you choose yourself first, you begin to stop choosing love that makes you feel invisible. You stop making excuses for patterns that keep breaking your heart. You stop accepting a small amount of attention as proof that you should keep sacrificing your peace. You stop calling confusion normal. You stop waiting at the door of someone's heart while your own heart is waiting for you. I welcome love that respects my peace. I welcome love that honors my energy. I no longer chase love that makes me abandon myself. Let these words become a turning inside you, not against love, but toward healthier love. You are not closing the door to connection. You are closing the door to self-loss. You are not saying love is unsafe. You are saying love must become respectful to be allowed close to the deepest parts of you. There is a beautiful love that does not require begging. There is a peaceful love that does not make you question your value every day. There is a steady love that does not disappear when your feelings become honest. There is a mature love that can hear your boundary and still remain kind. There is a sacred love that understands your energy is not some thing to be spent carelessly. And even before that love comes from another person, you can begin living it within yourself. You can respect your own energy first. You can stop handing your peace to someone who treats it lightly. You can stop checking your phone as if your worth is hiding in someone else's response. You can stop replaying the same conversation until your mind becomes tired. You can stop turning every small sign into a reason to abandon your own knowing. You can become the first place where your energy is honored. When you do that, love around you begins to reveal itself. Some love will rise to meet you. Some love will become more honest. Some love will show its limits. Some connections will deepen because your truth finally has room. Other connections may fade because they were only surviving through your silence. Let this happen with grace. Not every loss is punishment. Sometimes it is protection. Sometimes it is space being made for peace. Sometimes it is life removing what could not honor the version of you that is learning to stand in self-respect. The right love does not need you to keep breaking yourself into smaller pieces. The right love will not ask you to prove your devotion through exhaustion. The right love will not treat your boundaries as rejection. The right love will understand that your peace is part of your beauty. My dear, you do not need to harden your heart to be safe. You need to become more honest about where your heart is safe. That is the difference. You can still be soft. You can still be loving. You can still be open to beauty. But you do not have to be open to every pattern, every apology without change, every half-love, every coldness followed by a little warmth, every connection that takes more than it gives. Let your love become wise. Let it see clearly. Let it choose carefully. Let it stop confusing longing with alignment. A love that respects the energy you carry will not make you feel like you are always carrying the relationship alone. It will not make your heart feel like a burden. It will not require you to hide the truth to keep the bond alive. It will not ask you to trade your self-worth for closeness. And if you are in a season where you are learning this slowly, be gentle with yourself. It can take time to stop reaching for what once felt familiar. It can take time to trust peace when your heart has been trained by uncertainty. It can take time to believe that love can be steady if you have known love that always made you wait. But you are learning. You are learning that love should not make you sick with worry. You are learning that love should not make your nervous system feel like danger. You are learning that love should not require constant guessing. You are learning that love should not make you feel guilty for needing respect. You are learning that love should meet you, not only use you. And this is where everything begins to shift. When you stop chasing love that drains you, your energy returns. When your energy returns, your inner voice becomes clearer. When your inner voice becomes clearer, your choices become more loving toward yourself. And when your choices become more loving toward yourself, you stop accepting what once kept you trapped. Real love respects the energy you carry because real love can see that your energy is part of your soul's light. Let love be respectful or let it be distant. Let love be honest or let it be released. Let love be gentle or let it not have access to the most sacred parts of you. You are not asking for too much. You are asking for love to be love in a way that your heart can trust. Your worth was never measured by how much you give, how much you endure, or how useful you become to other people. My dear, this truth may feel simple, but for many hearts it is difficult to fully receive, because somewhere along the way you may have learned that being valuable means being needed. You may have learned that love comes when you are helpful, patient, easy, available, forgiving, and strong. You may have learned to feel important only when someone depends on you. You may have learned that your place in people's lives must be earned through constant giving. But your worth existed before you became useful to anyone, before you fixed anything, before you comforted anyone, before you gave your time, before you carried someone's pain, before you made yourself easy to love, before you became the strong one, before you learned to smile through your own tiredness, before you became the person everyone could count on. You were already worthy. You did not arrive in this life as a debt to be paid. You did not come here to prove that you deserve kindness by sacrificing your peace. You did not come here to earn love by becoming the person who never needs anything back. You are not here to be valued only when you are giving. You are worthy because you exist. That may be the place where healing begins. Maybe you have been the one people turn to when things fall apart. You know how to listen. You know how to comfort. You know how to make others feel understood. You know how to hold space for pain. You know how to encourage someone when they feel lost. And these are beautiful gifts. But when your gifts become expected instead of appreciated, your heart may begin to feel unseen. It is painful to be loved for what you provide, but not truly known for who you are. It is painful when people come to you for warmth, but do not ask if you are cold. It is painful when they trust you with their feelings, but do not know how to hold yours. It is painful when you are always the safe place, but no one notices that you also need safety. It is painful when your giving becomes so normal that your tiredness becomes invisible. My dear, your generous heart is not the problem. But a generous heart needs a strong sense of worth, or it may begin giving in order to feel lovable. This is where many people lose themselves. They give not because it is joyful, but because they are afraid of what will happen if they stop. They give because they do not want to be forgotten. They give because they do not want to be replaced. They give because being needed feels safer than being alone. They give because deep inside they wonder, will I still matter if I am not useful? The answer is yes. You still matter when you are resting. You still matter when you are quiet. You still matter when you have nothing to offer but your honest presence. You still matter when you say no. You still matter when you cannot carry another person's pain. You still matter when you are the one who needs support. You still matter when you are not being strong. Your worth does not leave when your energy is low. Your worth does not rise when you overgive. Your worth does not fall when someone is disappointed. Your worth does not depend on whether someone chooses you. Your worth is not decided by another person's need. This is not arrogance. This is truth. And when you begin to live from this truth, your whole way of loving changes. You no longer give to prove you are good. You give because your heart freely chooses to give. You no longer say yes to avoid being disliked. You say yes when your spirit is truly available. You no longer let people take more than you can offer. You begin to understand that love should never require you to become empty. I am worthy before I give. I am worthy before I prove. I am worthy because I exist. Let these words meet the part of you that has been tired from performing value. Let them meet the part that has been waiting for someone to notice how much you do. Let them meet the part that quietly wonders if rest will make you less loved. You are not less worthy when you stop overgiving. You are becoming more honest about what real love should be. There is a deep wound that forms when a person is praised only for being strong. People may say, "You always handle everything." They may say, "I do not know what I would do without you." They may admire your strength, but never ask about the cost. They may depend on your ability to keep going, but not notice how much you have had to swallow to remain that strong. Strength can be beautiful, but you are not here only to be strong. You are here to be cared for too. You are here to receive. You are here to rest in relationships where you do not always have to be the one holding everything together. You are here to feel loved even when you are not solving, fixing, helping, or saving. You are here to discover that your softness is worthy, not only your endurance. My dear, you are not here to earn love by becoming easy to use. Let that truth go deep. Because if you believe your worth depends on what you provide, you may stay in places where you are needed, but not cherished. You may accept less because at least someone depends on you. You may call it love when it is really emotional labor without care in return. You may feel guilty for wanting more because you have been praised for wanting so little. But your soul knows the difference between being needed and being loved. Being needed may feel urgent. Being loved feels safe. Being needed may make you feel important for a moment. Being loved lets you feel human. Being needed may depend on what you can do. Being loved honors who you are. Being needed may pull from you. Being loved also pours back into you. You deserve love that pours back. This does not mean every relationship must be perfectly equal in every moment. Life has seasons. Sometimes someone needs more support. Sometimes you need more support. Healthy love understands these seasons. But if you are always the one giving, always the one forgiving, always the one adjusting, always the one carrying, always the one making space, then your heart may be living in a pattern that does not honor your worth. And you are allowed to notice. You are allowed to stop pretending that one-sided love feels fulfilling. You are allowed to stop calling yourself ungrateful because you want to be met. You are allowed to want mutual care. You are allowed to want someone to ask how you are and actually listen. You are allowed to want love that does not disappear when you become inconvenient. Your needs do not make you hard to love. They make you human. The part of you that fears being a burden may need extra tenderness. Maybe you learned to keep things inside because others had too much going on. Maybe you became independent too early. Maybe you stopped asking because asking led to disappointment. Maybe you became the one who helps because needing help felt unsafe. And now, when someone offers care, you may not know how to receive it. You may rush to say, "I am fine." You may make your pain smaller. You may feel guilty taking up space. But receiving is part of healing. Receiving does not make you weak. It teaches your heart that love can come toward you too. It teaches your body that you do not always have to be the source. It teaches your soul that you are allowed to be held, supported, considered, and cherished. If giving has been your way of feeling worthy, receiving may feel strange at first, but let it become familiar slowly. Let yourself receive kind words without dismissing them. Let yourself receive help without immediately repaying it. Let yourself receive rest without explaining why you need it. Let yourself receive love without looking for the hidden cost. You are allowed to receive. You are allowed to be loved in your quiet moments. You are allowed to be valued when you are not performing. You are allowed to exist without constantly proving why you deserve to be here. My dear, the world may teach people to measure worth by success, productivity, beauty, usefulness, money, attention, and approval. But your soul knows a deeper truth. Your worth is not a number. It is not a role. It is not a title. It is not how much people need you. It is not how mean. And you can endure without asking for help. Your worth is the quiet truth of your being. It is in the way your heart still hopes. It is in the way you keep learning. It is in the way you care, even after pain. It is in your presence. It is in your inner light. It is in the simple fact that life is moving through you. When you begin to believe this, you stop bargaining with people for love. You stop offering more than you have in order to be chosen. You stop making yourself small so someone else can feel powerful. You stop confusing crumbs with kindness. You stop accepting relationships where your value is noticed only when you are about to leave. You begin to stand differently, not with pride that looks down on others, with quiet dignity, with a calm knowing that says, I do not need to sell my soul for belonging, with a soft strength that says, I can love you but I will not disappear for you. With a peaceful heart that says, I am already enough, even before anyone else sees it. This is the kind of worth that cannot be taken away. People may misunderstand you, and you remain worthy. Someone may leave, and you remain worthy. A plan may fail, and you remain worthy. You may make a mistake, and you remain worthy. You may need time to heal, and you remain worthy. You may be in a season where you feel uncertain, and you remain worthy. Your worth is not fragile. It does not break every time someone cannot see you clearly. Let this truth become a home inside you. You do not have to chase people into valuing you. You do not have to convince love to treat you well. You do not have to keep giving beyond your limits to prove you are good. You do not have to be the one who understands everything while no one tries to understand you. Your heart deserves to be met. Your energy deserves to be respected. Your presence deserves to be valued. Your softness deserves to be handled with care. Your life deserves your own love. My dear, when you choose yourself first, you begin to remember your worth from the inside. You stop waiting for the outside world to hand you proof. You stop making every reaction a verdict on your value. You stop letting someone's silence decide how lovable you are. You stop letting someone's lack of care convince you that you are asking for too much. You begin to say, I know who I am, even when someone else forgets. And from that place, you can love with more freedom. You do not cling to people out of fear. You do not overgive to keep a place in their life. You do not make their approval your oxygen. You can love them, bless them, wish them well, and still choose the truth that honors your own soul. This is the freedom of self-worth. It does not make you cold. It makes you whole. It allows you to give without secretly begging to be chosen. It allows you to receive without guilt. It allows you to walk away from what cannot honor you without believing you have lost your value. It allows you to stand in love without becoming a prisoner of someone else's ability to see you. You were worthy before they needed you. You are worthy when they do not understand you. You will be worthy even if you begin choosing yourself in ways that surprise them. Your worth is not a reward for being useful. It is the truth of your soul. There comes a time in healing when you realize you have been waiting for someone else to become the safe place you needed while your own heart has been quietly waiting for you. My dear, this is not meant to make you feel alone. It is meant to bring you back to your power. You are allowed to want love. You are allowed to want support. You are allowed to want someone to understand your heart, hold your hand, listen deeply, and stay gentle with you when life feels heavy. There is nothing wrong with needing people. Human hearts were made for connection. But there is a kind of pain that comes when you keep waiting for someone else to give you the safety you have not yet learned to give yourself. You may wait for someone to finally choose you so you can feel worthy. You may wait for an apology so you can feel free. You may wait for someone's attention so you can feel beautiful. You may wait for their kindness so you can feel calm. You may wait for their change so you can feel safe. And while you wait, your own heart sits quietly inside you, hoping you will come home. Becoming safe with yourself does not mean you never need anyone again. It means you stop abandoning yourself while you wait for love from outside. It means you stop leaving your peace in someone else's hands. It means you stop treating your own heart as a place you visit only when others disappoint you. It means you begin to build a steady inner home. An inner home is made of the way you speak to yourself. It is made of the way you respond when you are tired. It is made of how you treat yourself after a mistake. It is made of whether you shame your feelings or listen to them. It is made of whether you keep promises to your own soul. It is made of whether your body can trust you not to keep walking into places that keep hurting you. For many years, you may have been kinder to others than you were to yourself. If someone else made a mistake, you understood. If someone else was tired, you offered patience. If someone else cried, you softened. If someone else needed time, you gave them room. But when it was you may have judged, rushed, blamed, pushed, or told yourself to get over it. My dear, you cannot become a safe place for yourself while speaking to yourself like an enemy. Your inner voice matters. It shapes the way your body feels. It shapes the way your heart opens or closes. It shapes the way you move through love. If your inner voice is always criticizing, comparing, doubting, and shaming, then even in a quiet room, you may not feel peaceful. But when your inner voice becomes gentle, your whole life begins to soften. You can begin to speak to yourself differently. When you are tired, instead of saying, "I should be stronger," you can say, "I have carried a lot and I deserve care." When you feel emotional, instead of saying, "I am too much," you can say, "My heart is asking to be understood." When you make a mistake, instead of saying, "I always ruin things," you can say, "I am learning and I can choose again." When you need space, instead of saying, "I am selfish," you can say, "My peace matters." This is not pretending. This is reparenting the parts of you that were met with harshness when they needed tenderness. There may be a younger part of you that still thinks love must be earned. A part that learned to be quiet, to stay safe. A part that learned to be useful to receive attention. A part that became afraid of disappointing others. A part that still feels panic when someone pulls away. A part that still asks, "What did I do wrong?" even when the situation is not yours to carry. Bring kindness to that part of you. Let it know it does not have to disappear anymore. Let it know it is not in trouble for having needs. Let it know it can rest from always watching for danger in other people's moods. Let it know you are learning how to listen. Let it know you are learning how to protect the peace it needed long ago. I am safe with myself. I stay with myself as I heal. I give my heart the kindness it always needed. Let these words be like a soft place inside you, not a performance, not a perfect belief you must force, a gentle direction, a way of becoming loyal to yourself. Self-loyalty is one of the deepest forms of healing. It means you stop leaving yourself when life becomes uncomfortable. You stop attacking yourself when old feelings rise. You stop betraying your truth in order to be chosen. You stop returning to the places your body has already told you are not safe. You stop waiting for other people to validate your pain before you treat it with care. You become the person who stays. When fear comes, you stay with yourself. When sadness comes, you stay with yourself. When guilt comes, you stay with yourself. When loneliness comes, you stay with yourself. When uncertainty comes, you stay with yourself. You do not have to solve everything in that moment. You only have to stop abandoning the one who is feeling it. This is how trust grows inside you, not through big promises, but through repeated kindness. Each time you honor your feeling, trust grows. Each time you choose rest when your body asks for it, trust grows. Each time you say no when your heart means no, trust grows. Each time you stop explaining yourself to someone who keeps refusing to understand, trust grows. Each time you return to your own peace, trust grows. And as self-trust grows, the world feels different. You no longer need every person to approve of you for you to feel real. You no longer need every relationship to work for you to believe you are lovable. You no longer need Eve, a closed door to be opened. You no longer need every person who left to come back and explain your worth to you. You begin to know yourself from within. This does not make life painless, but it makes you less easily lost. You may still feel sadness, but you do not become sadness. You may still miss someone, but you do not abandon yourself to chase them. You may still feel fear, but you do not let fear choose your whole life. You may still want love, but you no longer confuse any attention with the love your soul needs. My dear, becoming safe with yourself also means forgiving yourself for the ways you survived. Maybe you stayed too long somewhere. Maybe you gave too much. Maybe you ignored signs. Maybe you begged for love. Maybe you accepted less because you were afraid there would be nothing else. Maybe you betrayed your own heart because you did not yet know how to protect it. You do not need to keep punishing yourself for what pain taught you to do. You can look back with compassion and say, I was trying to be loved. I was trying to be safe. I was trying to keep something from falling apart. I did not know then what I know now. This does not excuse every choice. It softens the shame around it. It allows you to learn without hating yourself. A safe inner home cannot be built on shame. It must be built on truth with tenderness. Truth says, that pattern hurt me. Tenderness says, and I am still worthy. Truth says, I need to choose differently. Tenderness says, I can learn slowly. Truth says, I gave too much. Tenderness says, I forgive myself for not knowing how to stop sooner. Truth says, I need boundaries. Tenderness says, I will help myself keep them. This is how healing becomes kind. You are not here to become perfect. You are here to become more honest, more loving, more connected to your own soul. You are here to stop treating yourself as a problem. You are here to learn that your heart is not a burden. You are here to discover that the peace you wanted from others can begin as a relationship within you. When you become safe with yourself, you begin to choose safer love. Not because you control everything, but because you no longer ignore yourself. You notice when your body feels tense. You notice when your joy becomes small. You notice when someone's words do not match their actions. You notice when you are giving from fear instead of love. You notice when peace is missing, and you respond with care. You do not have to run from every difficult moment, but you also do not have to stay where difficulty becomes the whole pattern. You do not have to avoid all discomfort, but you also do not have to keep calling emotional pain a normal part of love. You learn the difference between a challenge that can be healed and a pattern that keeps harming you. Self-safety gives you that wisdom. It helps you stop craving the people who keep making you feel uncertain. It helps you stop chasing the love that comes with anxiety. It helps you stop confusing familiar pain with destiny. It helps you stop thinking that your heart must fight to receive care. Your heart was made to be loved, not constantly tested. My dear, there is a quiet peace that comes when you know you are on your own side. You may still face hard days, but you are not alone inside them. You may still feel misunderstood by others, but you are not misunderstood by yourself. You may still grieve what did not become what you hoped, but you do not use that grief to punish your own heart. You hold yourself with love. You become a warm place for your own spirit to return. You become less available to what keeps pulling you out of your center. You become more available to the life that has been waiting beneath all the noise. This is what choosing yourself first creates. It creates an inner home where your feelings are allowed, your energy is protected, your worth is remembered, and your peace is treated as sacred. From that home, you can love others more clearly. You can give without losing yourself. You can receive without fear. You can stay open without being unprotected. You no longer make someone else your only shelter. You become shelter within yourself. And from that place, every other love becomes a choice, not a rescue. Every connection becomes something you can enter with more honesty. Every boundary becomes easier to hold. Every yes becomes cleaner. Every no becomes less frightening. Every day becomes another chance to prove to your own heart, I will not leave you again. You have waited long enough for safety to arrive from outside. Let it begin inside you now, in the way you speak, choose, rest, and return to yourself. When you choose yourself first, life begins to meet you differently because you are no longer teaching life that your peace can be placed last. My dear, this is the quiet transformation. It may not happen all at once. It may not arrive with a loud sign. But slowly, the way you move through the world begins to change. You stop reaching for what keeps pulling away. You stop trying to prove your worth in places that already made you feel small. You stop giving your best energy to connections that do not honor your heart. You stop accepting confusion as if it is the only kind of love available. You begin to carry yourself with more respect. And when you carry yourself with respect, you naturally begin to choose differently. You choose conversations that do not leave you drained. You choose people who hear you without turning your feelings into a problem. You choose rest before collapse. You choose truth before resentment. You choose peace before approval. You choose love that feels like care, not a constant test. This is how life rearranges around your self-respect, not because you force everything to change, but because you stop participating in the patterns that kept you tired. You stop feeding what drains you. You stop making room for what disrespects you. You stop handing your energy to every fear, every worry, every person, every memory, every old need to be chosen. And as you stop, space opens, space for calm, space for clarity, space for love that can breathe, space for the real you to return. For a long time, you may have believed that choosing yourself would lead to loss. But sometimes what leaves when you choose yourself was never truly holding you with care. Sometimes what fades was only attached to the version of you that overgave. Sometimes what becomes quiet was only loud because it had access to your energy. Sometimes what ends is not the end of love, but the end of a pattern that confused your soul. Let what cannot respect your healing reveal itself. Do not chase it. Do not beg it to understand. Do not return to self-abandonment just to keep it close. Let your life become honest. Let what is loving grow stronger. Let what is one-sided lose its grip. Let what is not aligned move away from the center of your heart. There is a peace that comes when you stop forcing what keeps resisting your worth. You no longer need to keep turning yourself into a different shape to fit into someone else's limited care. You no longer need to lower your needs so someone can feel successful at loving you poorly. You no longer need to act like crumbs are enough when your soul is ready for nourishment. You can bless what was. You can learn from it. You can even love the memory of it. But you do not have to live there. My dear, choosing yourself first is not a single decision. It becomes a way of walking, a way of speaking, a way of listening to your body, a way of trusting your inner yes and your inner no, a way of noticing when your energy becomes heavy and asking what needs to change, a way of refusing to make your own heart the sacrifice every time love becomes uncomfortable. You begin to ask new questions. Does this feel respectful? Does this bring me closer to peace or farther from myself? Does this connection allow honesty? Does this choice honor the energy I carry? Does this love meet me, or am I carrying it alone? These questions are not meant to make you fearful. They are meant to make you awake. You are not here to close your heart. You are here to stop leaving it unprotected. You are not here to judge every person harshly. You are here to discern what is healthy for your spirit. You are not here to become distant from love. You are here to become available to love that is actually loving. When you choose yourself first, you may find that your inner world becomes quieter. You are not constantly trying to read between the lines. You are not constantly trying to earn a place. You are not constantly preparing yourself for disappointment. You are not constantly proving that you are worthy of tenderness. You begin to feel the ground beneath your own life. That grounded feeling is sacred. It means your soul is no longer floating outside itself, waiting for someone else to decide what you deserve. It means your heart is coming home. It means your energy is no longer scattered across every place that once pulled from you. It means you are becoming whole in a way that does not need to be announced. My dear, let yourself become whole quietly. You do not need to explain every change. You do not need to defend every boundary. You do not need to make everyone comfortable with your healing. You do not need to prove that your new peace is valid. Let the change show in how you live. Let it show in what you no longer chase. Let it show in the calm way you step back from disrespect. Let it show in the gentleness you give yourself when old guilt returns. And when the right people notice, they will not need you to become exhausted again. They will not ask you to shrink. They will not make your healing about their discomfort. They may need to adjust, yes. They may need to understand the new rhythm of your life. But love that is real will not require you to betray yourself to make it feel secure. The wrong patterns may resist your self-respect. The right love will learn its language. This is why choosing yourself first is so powerful. It becomes a filter. It shows you what is mutual and what was only maintained by your overgiving. It shows you what is respectful and what only looked peaceful because you stayed quiet. It shows you who loves your soul and who only loves your access. It shows you where your energy can bloom and where it keeps being drained. You do not have to be angry about what you discover. You only have to be honest. Honesty will guide you better than fear. Honesty will show you when to speak, when to stay, when to step back, when to rest, when to stop explaining, when to open, and when to protect. Honesty will help you love without losing your own shape. When you choose yourself first, you begin to understand that your life is not only about being loved by someone else. It is also about becoming the kind of person who loves yourself so well that you no longer accept love that feels like punishment. It is about becoming so connected to your own heart that you notice when something begins to pull you away from it. It is about becoming so respectful of your own energy that you no longer spend it trying to awaken care in places that keep choosing sleep. Your peace becomes precious to you. Your time becomes precious to you. Your body becomes precious to you. Your feelings become precious to you. Your inner voice becomes precious to you. And what you treat as precious, you begin to protect. This protection is not fear. It is devotion. It is the devotion of a soul that has finally remembered, I am also my responsibility, not as a burden, but as love. You are responsible for how you care for the life within you. You are responsible for what you keep allowing. You are responsible for how often you return to yourself. You are responsible for whether your own heart can trust you and you can become true. Stir thee to yourself again. Each honest choice rebuilds that trust. Each boundary rebuilds that trust. Each moment of rest rebuilds that trust. Each time you believe your own feeling, that trust grows. Each time you refuse to chase love that keeps disrespecting your energy, that trust grows. Each time you choose peace over proving, that trust grows. I choose myself with love. I honor the energy I carry. I welcome love that respects my peace. I am safe to come home to myself. Let these words gather everything this journey has been teaching you. You are not choosing yourself because you do not care about others. You are choosing yourself because care without self-respect becomes pain. You are not protecting your energy because you are closed. You are protecting your energy because it is sacred. You are not asking love to be perfect. You are asking love to be respectful, and that is not too much. As you continue to choose yourself, life may begin to feel less crowded. Not because there is nothing to do, but because you are no longer carrying so much that does not belong to you. Your mind may become less noisy because you stop replaying what no longer deserves your attention. Your body may feel less tense because you stop forcing it into places where it does not feel safe. Your heart may feel less desperate because it is finally receiving love from you. This is how the new life begins, not by becoming someone else, by returning to the self you kept leaving behind, the self with dreams, the self with needs, the self with a quiet voice, the self that still believes in gentle love, the self that wants to feel peace without apologizing for it, the self that knows you were never meant to be loved only when you are useful. My dear, choose that self now. Choose the part of you that wants to live honestly. Choose the part of you that is tired of shrinking. Choose the part of you that still hopes for love that feels safe. Choose the part of you that knows there is more to life than being needed. Choose the part of you that is ready to stop chasing and start receiving what is aligned with your worth. Let life meet this version of you. The version who no longer calls over giving love. The version who no longer mistakes guilt for guidance. The version who no longer gives endless access to people who treat the heart carelessly. The version who honors feelings without shame. The version who believes that love should respect the energy it receives. This version of you may be new, but it is not false. It is closer to your truth than the version who kept hiding pain to keep everyone comfortable. It is closer to your soul than the version who apologized for needing care. It is closer to peace than the version who kept waiting for someone else to make you feel chosen. You are choosing yourself now, and as you do, life can meet you with more honesty, more peace, more respect, and more love that does not require you to disappear. My dear, choosing yourself first is not a rejection of love. It is the beginning of love becoming clean, honest, and respectful inside your life. You have carried so much. You have given so much. You have forgiven more than people know. You have stayed soft through seasons that could have made you hard. You have hoped, waited, tried, understood, explained, and kept going even when your heart was asking for care. And now, something in you is ready for a different way, a softer way, a wiser way, a way that includes you. You do not need to keep proving that you are loving by accepting what drains you. You do not need to keep showing your loyalty by abandoning your peace. You do not need to make your feelings smaller so others do not have to grow. You do not need to keep giving your most sacred energy to places that do not know how to honor it. You are allowed to come home to yourself. Let your self-love be gentle, but let it be real. Let your boundaries be kind, but let them be clear. Let your heart stay open, but no longer unprotected. Let your energy be shared with wisdom. Let your feelings be heard with care. Let your worth be known before anyone else confirms it. You are not selfish for choosing peace. You are not difficult for needing respect. You are not too sensitive for wanting love to feel safe. You are not wrong for stepping away from what keeps hurting your spirit. You are not cold because you no longer overgive. You are healing. And as you heal, let love rise to meet the new way you honor yourself. Let love become more honest. Let love become more respectful. Let love become more peaceful. Let love come close only where your energy is treated with care. If something in your life cannot respect the person you are becoming, you do not need to force it to stay. If something can grow with you, let it grow in truth. If something must fade, let it fade without making your worth smaller. What is meant to honor your soul will not require you to lose yourself. From this moment forward, may you remember that your heart is not an endless offering for those who do not value it. Your peace is not a small thing. Your energy is not common. Your presence is not something to be taken for granted. Your life is sacred. Choose yourself first, not with anger, but with love. Choose yourself first, not to push love away, but to teach love how to meet you. Choose yourself first, because the right love will never ask you to disappear. Let love respect the energy you carry. Let your heart trust you again. Let your life become a place where you no longer have to leave yourself behind. Love respects me when I respect myself first. I choose myself first. I honor the energy I carry, and real love now meets me with respect.